Chairman Hyduk, calling the meeting to order at
6:03 p.m.
6:03 p.m. Did everybody read the minutes? Do I have a accepting?
Yes.
And you are?
You have to say your name, Commissioner Burns. Commissioner Burns, you have to say.
Commissioner Bird, sorry.
So moved. Okay, so that's Commissioner Burns.
Do I have a second?
Commissioner Beaupre, second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Minutes pass. Okay, do we have any old business? Any old business?
The only old business that we can mention is that we talked a little bit about those stores where we're going to get some supplies. And so I had checked some places like Costco, just to see if we can get things that are not so huge, but, especially like potato salad and that, so we can, we can buy from them. It's a, nice container, so, because we want quantity, don't want a whole bunch of little ones. So it'll work. We can always go there. It's just, it's a little different. But I'm a member, and others, I'm sure you're members. If you have to go get it, you could. I think we'll manage unless you find it better. Have another place.
Yeah.
That or Janet, you have an idea.
I got a membership at a restaurant depot.
How is that price over there? You were going to check?
I got the membership.
Yeah. Did you check on the products in there?
Yeah, I
Do they
went
have
shop there the other day.
What do they have? Potato salad and.
Yeah, they do, but it's not easy to shop. You have to push around a giant flatbed cart. It's hard to push. There's no shopping carts. 'Cause people in there are shopping
Big stuff.
big stuff. But I mean, it was fine for me. We bought all our stuff for Saturday's event there, like snacks, big packs of cookies
Yeah,
and
big
whatnot,
packs.
individual stuff like that. But they definitely have salads and whatnot. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's all I had under old business too.
Anybody else have any old
And there's
business?
a GFS in Woodridge.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I drove past it a couple weeks ago, being in that area, and I said, well, here it is, but it's a little far drive just to rush over there in the morning before the meeting. You have to do that ahead of time, of course. Okay, so that was our discussion.
Commissioner Beaupre, old business.
Yes, ma'am.
There were flyers that were shared last meeting. It's some kind of education regarding like breakfast. I thought it was pretty good. How do we do it? I'm all for it. Remember the
was
flyers
that?
that you shared with us? Can we do it at the SALT meeting?
Breakfast?
Yeah, give flyers.
Oh, about
For
the
the-
breakfast? I'm
Yes.
not sure. I don't remember. What was that thing? Do you remember what the breakfast was?
It's about when you eat breakfast.
Oh, I see what you're saying. The flyers on healthy things.
Right, healthy things.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
thought it was
that's-
pretty good.
Yes.
Yes.
Janet,
Yeah.
you weren't here last week.
Yes.
Last month. And it was one of these like special
yes,
thing
yes,
that's put
yes,
out.
yes,
Yeah, it's
yes,
about like
yes.
health information.
Yes.
That we're going to see whether you pass out things like that already. Do they have little handouts? Because we were going to do a little handout from the commission, and for like healthy breakfast, why it's good for you to
Pretty
have
good, 'cause
that,
we're serving breakfast.
and other things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you have anything like that? Because we would probably look into it.
If I had anything like that, I would just hand it out at my monthly events.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there are events where we could do that. You guys wouldn't have anything against that, right?
No.
Okay, well, is that something we want to do?
Sure, we can make up our own.
Share, Nadia?
We'll get some colored prints.
Well, yeah, that was
Yeah,
just the
yeah,
black
yeah.
and white,
But
just
I
to
thought
save.
it was, you told us to think about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we can make up our own too
Yes,
and have the
we could
commission
distribute
all
there,
over it.
no flyers. Particularly, we're serving breakfast, okay?
No, we're not serving, but we'll encourage them to have breakfast. Okay, so
Thank you.
let's run some of those off and make them personalized a little bit, like, I know whoever makes it gets credit for it, but we could just put provided or
Yes.
circulated by Senior Concerns Commission, something like that. Okay, and then we pass that on to Janet, to you, for your events or whatever, if we have, how many we would make flyers of. And so how many do you think we should run off?
40 maybe?
Well, we have 60 people at the salt,
Oh,
so 60, and then maybe another 25.
why not?
Okay, about 85 to start with.
Yeah.
Pass on 25 to Janet. That is Janet Bry of Parks and Recreation. Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other old business? Hearing none, let's go to new business, which is the SALT meeting, March 19th.
Okay, I talked to Clerk Kornecki. I talked to Tony at Highview, and he said, yes, he would give us at the same price we had last year, which was $10 each, and that would be the corned beef sandwich box, and with other things he puts in there, he would put up. So I'm gonna find out on Wednesday what other things he would put in there. But sometimes he puts in, like a piece of fruit, or, he puts stuff in there. And I'm not sure what else he would put with that, but, so let's find out what the box would contain. But he says same price as last year.
Good.
So I told him 60 people, because, that kind of covers us, or maybe not covers us. I mean, if it doesn't, it doesn't. We're not there necessarily for us to eat, but, providing for the others. So they'll be in a box lunch. Okay, do we need to have a motion to accept that? Okay.
Do we have a motion to accept the $10 for 60 boxes from Highview for the corned beef?
Yes.
Commissioner will bring motion to accept this.
Who do we take first? Which ones?
I don't know. Well, she said her name, so.
Okay.
Do I have a second?
Yes.
Say your name.
Yes.
Commissioner Taylor?
Commissioners.
Taylor.
Irene Taylor.
Okay. Gotta pull it out of
My
her.
name.
I know
You want
you
eight tables that day?
Same thing, 9 tables.
Nine.
9. We want to
with
have,
6?
I'm sorry?
9 with 6 chairs?
Yeah, 9 with, it's 8 chairs, 4 on each side. Yeah, 8 chairs, 3 in 3 rows, 1 dessert, 2
Food.
2 big tables, 1 with the coffee, the small little
Yeah,
one for
card
the coffee,
table.
the card table.
Okay.
I think that's it. And I have all the table covers, St. Patrick's Day already, so that's.
Commissioner Beaupre, what time do you want us to come in?
Well, I would say, we always said about 9:30, but come closer to 9,
Okay,
because the people are out there already at 9:45. And we can't have them come in when we're working. That's just not right. I mean, it starts at 10:30, but they're so anxious, they're visiting, they wanna come in and sit down. So if we're there earlier, by 9:45, we should be done, Maybe
Is
if
it
they
the-
come in and say, can we come in? We don't have to say no.
this is at the Iowa Community Center.
Iowa, always the same place until the new center is built.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there any other new business?
Well, also, Janet, because Highview does not deliver, we'll need help to have the van.
I don't have that vehicle anymore. I only have a small car, so.
Okay, then we're gonna have to make arrangements for that.
Yeah, I could probably fit them in the car.
Well, small car's not gonna do it. I mean, I've got a car too, but I don't know that I don't think it would fit in there. We need an SUV,
Yeah.
so we'll work on that. I know you guys have a truck, but your truck is not covered, is it? Is the back covered?
The back is covered, but it would slide.
It would slide like crazy.
Yeah.
I could get
So I don't know
60
how we would
boxes in
keep
the-
it from
in the-
sliding.
The village car.
Yeah, no, we don't want it sliding. We don't want it
Because
sliding
if
all
you
over.
put the brakes on it. would
Yeah, no,
slide.
not if you don't have like containers, back there, everything's open, that's what I'm saying, you have it open.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we have to think about,
Just check
Work
with
that.
Tony how he's gonna package them up, like what, if he's gonna put them in sometimes he puts them in
he puts them in the bag.
if he bags them up, that'll be fine.
Yeah, he bags them up, he puts them, stacks them in the one on top of the other. But that, on Wednesday, I'll talk with Tony, he's there on Wednesday after Kiwanis, and I can get all the information. Okay, so if he's gonna stack it in bags, and what's inside the item, okay, what's inside the box. Okay, that's.
Okay. Chairman Hyduke, is there any other new business?
I'm just confused. In the agenda today, Commissioner Beaupre, It says they're March 19, but in the February agenda, it says March 20.
Yeah,
Which
it's
one?
March 20.
Is
Oh,
it March
boy.
20 or 19?
Tuesday's the 20th, right?
No, Tuesday's the 19th.
Is it the 19th? Let me double check, because you kind of get mixed up sometimes. Well, Nadia, you must be
Yeah.
right. You're checking your calendar.
I'm not always right. No,
Yeah, let's just check, because sometimes, we've got the calendar right here. All right.
It's on a Tuesday, right?
It's
So-
a Tuesday, uh-huh. All right, calendar open up. Isn't that funny? I'm not getting my calendars for some reason. Oh, here's March, okay. Well, boy, it was a hard job. Yeah, Tuesday is the 19th, yeah, so
19th,
the
That would be great.
minutes, minutes of February are
March
wrong. There should be 19, that's correct. And I know Sonia will have the right date, she's always correct. So Nadia, Chair Nadia, you are correct, Nadia.
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, any more new business? Seeing none.
I think so.
Is there any staff input?
No, all set for the 19th.
Okay, do I have any commissioner comments?
No.
Okay,
I was gonna comment, but I don't know whether you will like it or not, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
atta girl.
I'm Commissioner Bokri.
Yes.
I'm 68 years old, and in December and January, I attended 4 funerals. I buried my 48-year-old niece, and he did not have any funeral planning whatsoever. Who would expect, him going at that age? Well, anyway, you know what I did? I went to a funeral planning seminar. I thought that's pretty good. I know it's kind of morbid, but I thought, well, I'm a senior citizen. It's a concern that, maybe sometime, some of us will have to address it. Just a thought.
Well, it costs a lot of money,
It costs a lot of money.
so that's why people
And
plan
I'm
a
not
little
here
bit.
for business. I
Yeah.
thought it was pretty good that I'm
Yeah,
glad that
there's
I
nothing
attended
wrong
it.
with that, sure.
Yes. I thought something that we
Yeah, I
could
think it's,
Something to
address
think about.
someday.
Yeah.
it's definitely, that's good information.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, is there any public input?
Hi,
Yes, Joe.
good evening. I'm Joel Morey, 309 East Maple Street here in Villa Park. I apologize for the mess. My son is in the Army Reserve and he had duties over the weekend and I was hugging up with him last night as dads will do. And so I wanted to make sure I didn't bring anything from him to you guys. I have
Thank you.
some
Thank you,
little
Joe.
pass out here for you. I serve on the Environmental Concerns Commission
you.
and also on the Bike Pedestrian and Transit Subcommittee. Apologies again for the small type, and I'm gonna read this for you. So in my travels on the Bike and Pedestrian Transit Subcommittee, it takes me to other towns. And I was at a recent meeting of the City of Wheaton's Bicycles and Pedestrian Commission. So I was really impressed because they figured out how to do Zoom meetings for their commission. And at the particular meeting I was in here, you'll notice the screen in the background. There was actually commissioners who were away on vacation and were still able to attend. My personal interest is the fact that we're trying to build our commissions. We're trying to, as obviously because you're recording this, the village trustees want more transparencies. They voted for that. So I proposed that in an email back on February 28th and copied, this originally went to Manager Harline and President Cazone, and then it copied every one of the trustees, the people whose emails were available through the village's website that serve on different commissions or in charge or within public works. So and then the second page is their agenda that is available on the website. And you'll see that it gives the public and anyone else who wants to access the meeting the Zoom link so that they can dial in. And if I'm not mistaken, there was also a member of the public that couldn't make it. Particular interest for me is that in my neighborhood, I've got neighbors that are avid bicyclists, but the wife is hearing impaired. And they don't even own an automobile, but they would like to come to meetings, but because she would have difficulty hearing, this would be a benefit to them because she could put it on the screen, activate captions, and then read along as things are being said. So the email back then was as follows. Greetings. I recently attended the City of Wheaton Bicyclist and Pedestrian Commission meeting at the Wheaton City Hall. Their meeting space is set up with Zoom access and allows in-person and virtual attendance for commissioners and the public. A sample of the meeting agenda is downloadable and attached below. Villa Park should explore creating such a space for commissioners so the public and officials who may not be able to attend will allow increased participation. An added benefit allows viewers who are hearing impaired to activate screen captions for better comprehensions. The proposed elimination of the Iowa Center as a meeting space should hasten the consideration and adoption of this proposal. The City of Wheaton clerk is Andrea Rosedale. I was advised that she would be the person to follow up with for additional information. Her phone is, and I added it in, email, and then I spoke to her, and she is willing to explain the process that led to its adoption. Thank you for your interest. Be safe and well. As a follow-up, I spoke to Andrea again, and she said that all their work for setting up was done in-house. They didn't have to contract out with an outside vendor. She said that she would help anyone who contacted her with the proposed ordinance change that would allow this for our village. I spoke to Nick and President Cazone at the Coffee with the Board on this on Saturday, and although he was unsure of whether it was adoptable, he indicated that it might be worth looking into. So I'm going to be appearing to all the commissions for the rest of the month to bring you folks into the conversation because specifically I don't have your personal contacts. It's better to speak to you this way. Know that it's being considered. Some of the trustees actively are enthusiastic about implementing it. So keep your ears open for down the road where this, and of course you've got the best contact in the world here. She'll tell you exactly what's going on here. So if you have any questions?
Commissioner Bopri, you mean to say converting the face-to-face meeting to Zoom meetings? Is that what you wanted to do?
No, it would still be an in-person meeting. You would have
Yes.
a common space
Yes.
that is shared by all the commissions.
Okay,
And then that way, because Open Meetings Act, you still have to meet to conduct certain businesses in a certain manner. But this would broaden the scope of what you do, because
Okay.
I've had people in the public who tell me who listen to commission meetings that are available on audio only. They say sometimes it's really hard to follow. So this just opens up transparency and allows for more participation.
Well,
that's pretty good.
well, it's a
Yeah.
thought. You know, personally, I know for us as meeting people, you know, being on Zoom continuously destroys groups. And I know that's what happened to one of our Kiwanis meeting groups. Villa Park decided, no, we would not do that. We got back to meeting as quickly as we could. And they lingered, and some of those people wouldn't come back, and now they're lost their club, basically. They have to close down. So that would not affect us. We would still meet personally, because that's the only way we can relate and talk to each other. I don't like the people being on a picture somewhere, you know, you have to talk to them. But I know what you're talking about, Joe, is to be able to have people from the outside watching or hearing us, or
Watching and participating, because
because the cost of, now what's the cost?
that's something the village
Yeah,
would have
because
to
we
look
already are
into.
paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars for those
Right.
other things. And that was a real concern, that's why we ended up with the little audio thing.
Right.
But I know what you're saying, I guess if
Yeah.
somebody's really interested,
So I
they
belong
could
to,
hear it or watch it, but yeah, that's,
You have to have an app of that Zoom.
well, yeah, of
Yeah,
course,
yes,
people
yes,
have to be
yes.
able to get into it, have to have a
Yes, yes.
computer at home
Yes.
and all that, so, well, let's see what happens to it, let's see if that's, as
Yeah.
you say, if President Cazone is checking into it and see, because I know according to, Springfield, they said no more Zoom meetings, for meetings at large.
Right.
Because there's no point to that, and it's a pressure on and it's an expense for communities.
Right.
But people from the outside to just check, to be able to come in. That's an interesting thought, so let's see where it goes.
Yeah, thanks. The city, obviously, the city of Wheaton has figured it out.
Oh, yeah.
And because there may be an additional expense allowed, I understand what you're saying about the emergency order from the governor that didn't mandate it any longer. However, I belong to a group that meets by Zoom, and we access people from all over the country. The moderator has complete control over who's muted, who can speak, and he keeps everything flowing in a certain way. And there's never been a problem with people being inappropriate. But the fact is that even if there was an additional expense, perhaps that the county might be willing to step in and help absorb some of the costs, because they're interested in doing the same type of thing at the county level. So, just a proposal, and I wasn't asking you guys to take action. I just wanted you to know what was going on.
That's
Because
good.
it does involve you.
We need to know.
Just a question.
What's going on.
Sure.
So during that, it's a public, almost a public meeting.
Yes.
If there is an unruly person, who controls that?
The moderator
Yeah.
could just mute that person. He could even take them off the screen.
That's right, yeah,
Yeah.
yes, okay,
Yeah, there's complete control over that.
okay.
Interesting. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Yes,
Who are you?
Ruby Burns.
Do I have a second?
Irene Kaler.
All in favor, say aye.
I
Meeting adjourned.
6:25. Yeah,